Hey everybody, Bob Trade Genius, the evening of the 12th of November. I wanted to show you guys another little view of what's happening with SPY here and taking a look at it from a trend perspective, and I got a faster and a slower basically trend oscillator here that's showing here that we got a crossover here. We bought SH a couple days ago, based on this, and I'm looking for another situation kind of like this, but actually a little bit more, I think, pronounced. This has been pretty tight coming up here. This is a pretty parabolic move, and I think when this thing rolls over, I'm watching for this, black line here to change to this gold line. Then I think it's going to be we'll get a pretty good move down. Not sure how much, but what's making me think that is that as price has been rising, this is money flow here, and basically we've created a little bit of basically it's an average of an average, so we get a cleaner look at money flow, but as fast as possible. And so right here, money flow topped when SPY was around 30, 302, 303, and as it's been going down, if you noticed, we're getting a divergence between money flow and price. And the thing about money flow is it's basically the volume profile for relative strength. And what's saying here is that even though relative strength might be increasing, the volume's being left behind. And so this is getting less and less support, and you start causing some of these big downdrafts, these big red candles as a daily. And so that's what I'm watching for now, and to see when we get this thing turned over, I think we'll have at least a couple weeks of selling, and I think the market needs that if it wants to continue to move higher. Then obviously what you got to watch out for is that I would look for this consolidation area here as kind of first support. If I put a line in here when this thing started drawing back higher again, like right here, I would look to see if the 300 area holds on SPY, and then if that excuse me, if that does not hold, then I'd be looking for down here and down here as the next support. And that's some big falling here too. So, and we got some gaps in here, and really the only game left here, folks, is really the liquidity that the Fed's providing. Earnings aren't well, GDP is decelerating around the world, and there's no trade deal. I've been telling people that. Many people will listen to me. I've been saying no trade deal, no trade deal, no trade. Trump doesn't want one, okay? People don't realize the United States does not want a trade deal with China. Okay, China wants the status quo. They're not getting it. And so they're not going to agree to anything Trump wants. They're hoping that maybe he loses the election and the next people will be more amenable to the Chinese overtures. But if the United States wants to have any chance of being relevant in the next century, they can't let China continue to do what China's doing, or they'll be a vassal state. And I think people here have finally recognized that fact, and they're letting Trump be the basically the face of that. So he doesn't mind it, and so I think that's what's going to happen. And what we're getting used to these tariff incomes, and Trump may jam these higher and let the importers pay, and Trump provides tax cuts or benefits or empowerment zones, whatever he wants to do. That's what's going to happen. So you're not going to see a trade deal. I digress, but I think we'll see selling from that, so people can blame that, so the Fed can then continue on its merry way of going to zero rates. And I think if we see a good sell-off, then they're going to continue to lower rates in December, And if they keep levitating this market, then they'll probably do the next rate decreases in January, March. But make no mistake, world growth is decelerating everywhere, and I think it's going to roll onto our shores last, but it'll roll onto our shores, and I think we probably have one more year before we go into a recession, but the market will start sniffing that out here sooner than later, that the liquidity is not going to be enough. But anyway, I want to kind of show that to you. It's pretty neat, and I wait for the flag to signal that this has gone down. These have just basically gone flat. I mean, these are bit trend following, but that's what the turtle traders do. There's very few things you can do. You can throw a volume profile up here, but that's worthless because there's no volume up here at all, right? So now you're looking to see where the next big volume area is on this down below, and that's what we got to look for. But I'm looking for this area here as the next level of support if this thing goes. I don't think there's enough juice in it to hold it here, 2 points higher. In fact, we're down tonight. Market's been selling tonight. In fact, the SPX has already crossed over. So this is a continuous contract. This is basically a derivative of the ES that I don't have to pay additional fees to get real-time data from, and that started to roll over. I shorted this session after the market closed and just closed my position before I go to bed, but I think we're going to see this thing continue to roll down, and the support area here that I'd be looking at is right when this crossed back up again here, 3016 area here. And I'm not the only one. I saw some other futures traders looking for a 70-point drop. That's probably where they're getting it from, is looking for when this move started to move back again. And let me do this real quick here. So that's what you got to watch. Probably right on here maybe is won't let me move it, but anywhere around 3016 area here. This is on SPX. It's $1 difference in 1 point difference in price of ES and this price. So, but that's what I'd be watching. When this thing rolls over, I think it'll come down. And you notice when we fall, these moves tend to be pretty exaggerated. These are 24-hour moves. All right, so they can get pretty nasty when they decide to kick over. But the end is not yet. We'd have to roll over and then test this high, if this is the high, and have it fail before we get anything more meaningful. So things just don't plunge. So we're gonna have to wait for that. But anyway, I'm rambling here. I should go to bed. It's late, but I'll catch you guys in the morning. But I thought I'd throw this up at you. Here, you're getting this first thing in the morning here before the market opens. So happy trading today, and I'll probably do another video here before the market opens after I get up. See you guys later. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.